There are really two big bags here, but today we are doing Miller's Ale House. If you've never heard of it, this is in fact a chain. There are over 100 locations across the United States. I didn't know this was a chain. I've seen Miller's Ale House in my area for God knows how long. People used to actually go there to party at night. I didn't know there was a bunch of them. The other day I was driving in Morris Plains when I went to Crumble Cookie. I saw another Miller's Ale House, so I looked it up. So today we got it. Food? You're not gonna believe this. Let me put this bag down, take some damn food out. The thing I will say about this place is compared to most chains, it's insanely cheap. I couldn't believe it. I spent my normal about $100, came out to $107, and I got so much food. So I got a bunch of appetizers, 3 or 4 different entrees, and also a dessert. So that's what we have in the menu today. Drop a thumbs up. I hope this is good because for what it costs, and I'll give you the price on each one, even if it's Applebee's level, I'm gonna like it more. I'm just telling you now. So let's get into this video. So the first 2 appetizers we have, this one is $7.99, and these are fried jalapenos. I've always seen fried pickles, I've seen fried green beans, but you rarely see fried jalapenos. So there's a ton of fried jalapenos in here with some house-made ranch. Other video I talked about with Applebee's. Again, I always read the comments because I love the feedback. A bunch of Applebee's employees called me out because you said, we do make our ranch in-house. You do. I was just being sarcastic, but you do make your ranch in-house. Wingstop makes their ranch in-house. A lot of places do. So my bad to Applebee's. And there we go. These are fried jalapenos. Doesn't look like much going on in the batter other than literally jalapenos that are breaded and fried. But again, for $7.99 for as much as you get, I'm not mad at that. It's exactly what it is. I mean, at a base level, it's a pickled jalapeno that they put in tempura batter and they fried it. Let's get a little ranch. This ranch is pretty good. It's pretty good. Again, stop showing the food. No. It's very, very basic. This is the ultimate, I'm not mad at this. They didn't do anything other than what they were supposed to do. They breaded and fried some jalapenos. Literally nothing else. But if you like jalapenos, they're pretty decent. Because they're pickled though, pickling makes things salty because you use salt in the pickling blend. So they are a little salty. They're not great, but I don't feel like I wasted my money. And to get this as an appetizer to split for the table, he's saying it again. I can't help it, bro, because I'm really just not mad at it. I would give these a 5.5 out of 10. They're not great, but I'm not pissed off at all. $7.99, other places might have charged me $30. Up, we have the Tex-Mex nachos, which were 11. Oh, they put this way. Next up, we have the Tex-Mex nachos, which were $11.49. Again, it's their braised chicken with cheese, pico, ranch, and then they have a sauce. I believe this is like a queso that comes with it. That's what it looks like. And there's a sour cream on this, not ranch, so my fault on that. But there's a ton of chicken on these. Again, if these are mid, I'm still not mad. They're not mid though. Now, excuse me for calling this ranch or sour cream. This, and it literally tastes like what I'm about to tell you what it is. This is garlic lime crema. And it is very garlicky and very limey. Let me go in for this queso. I'm gonna tell you damn what. Queso looks like it's a winner too. Y'all know that meme that's been going around with the one dude that's like, give me 14 of them right now? $11.49 for this, I swear to God. This place, other people go to watch their games and stuff too, just like a sports bar. You give me a plate of these things right here with this chicken. This is not some boring ass chicken. A little dry, but not with the crema on it. These hit. These are really damn good. I'm actually shocked. The queso is really flavorful. There's a ton of stuff in here, almost like pico that's in here. It's not like runny. And then that garlic lime crema, I would ask for extra on the side for sure. But again, that's real chicken that they got right there. These are hitters. And for $11.49, spectacular. Give me 14 of these right now. I'll come back just for these. I might just come watch the damn game. As far as chain nachos go, I'm competing this against Applebee's, Chili's, etc. This is a hitter, bro. This is a 9 out of 10. Like, these are hitters. For real. This is off their Zinger menu. Zingers are their versions of, like, chicken fingers, which they have a bunch of different sauces for. Similar to like any kind of wing place. There's like 10 different sauces. So they're really popular here. And every time people tell me I have to go to say you got to get the Zingers, a lot of people that I used to rock with, because I never really ate here, but they did. I used to just drink. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I used to see them eating it, and sometimes I would, you know, like be like, bro, let me get Zinger. So this is the Zinger Mountain Melt. $16.49 for this. So it's their Zingers, their chicken fingers, but they put cheese and bacon on top of their fries. And then their, again, house-made ranch. Let me just move these off to the side. They give you 2 ranches. That's really big back. I'm not mad at you at all for that. Can I get this in here? There we go. Let me get these ranches out of the way, my bad. I don't like taking a long time to do things. They have a ton of different sauces. What caught my eye was I got half hot mixed with honey barbecue. You can ask them to mix their 2 sauces even in the app, which is really dope. But let me get one of these Zingers out. And this is a honey barbecue / hot Zinger. Pretty good. It's pretty good. It needs some. Let me get one of these fries too. Season, salt and pepper. Reminds me very heavily of like the Chili's and Applebee's kind of fry, with that like hand cut look and that salt and pepper they have on there. I know the ranch is good. Let's get some ranch. I had it already. A little ranch. And there's probably about 5 or 6 of these Zingers on here. I like the sauce because it's like a spicy barbecue. It don't taste like KFC spicy barbecue, which is still my favorite from any franchise, but it puts me in the mind of it with that sweet and that heat. A little bit of cheese with the bacon into for the ranch. This is just like good bar food type of vibe. I'm not mad at this at all. This is like not like Tex-Mex nachos level good, but if you're hungry and you're sitting there watching the game, can't go wrong with the cheese and the bacon or anything like that. And even the ranch is decent. I wouldn't call this elite, but again, for what I'm getting, bang for the buck wise, I still think it's pretty good. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. I don't have a problem with it. They might have a better sauce because again, there's like 10 or 15, but this is more than okay with me. My many entrees, this is unbelievably cheap. This is called one of their all day, everyday specials. So it's a special, but it exists no matter when you go there. For less than $20, $16.99, I paid an extra $2 for a premium side, so it came out to $18.98 for me. So for $18.98, you get a steak, a sirloin steak with 2 sides. I got their garlic parm chips, so I wanted to try the potato chips because I already have the fries, mac and cheese, and an order of their fried shrimp. Again, for $18.98. The sirloin looks like it's about 6 ounces, so it's not a huge one, but that's still really cheap. Most people don't eat a ton of steak, so that's really cheap, man. I wasn't supposed to eat that yet. Wait, they call these what kind of fries? Chips? This is just a bland-ass potato chip. This is just a bland-ass potato chip. Yeah, there's nothing on there. What they call these? Yeah, they call these Parmesan garlic chips. There's not a shred of Parmesan or garlic. It's just a plain potato chip. But I really, again, don't mind these. They're hand cut. They're not soggy. They're crispy. I'd probably use them to dip in something else. I'll give them a 6 out of 10. Like, they're okay. But they're really underwhelming for what I thought I was going to get. Now, this is their premium mac and cheese, which I can see the breadcrumbs on the top. Looks like a white cheddar. This costs $2 extra for a side, but it's a pretty decent sized cup. Are these shells? They are shells. Oh, wait, look at this. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Had me in the first half. Hold on. That's not bad. There's a Parmesan white cheddar kind of vibe to this. They're not great, but they're definitely not bad. They are pretty cheesy, as you can see. There's even some cheddar that they chucked in there as well. And the Parmesan just brings it up to like a decent one. Still, for me, a little bland for mac and cheese. But again, I'm at Miller's Ale House. I'm comparing this to Applebee's and everything else. I'm not comparing this to every mac and cheese. Let me just do this. It just needed to be done. Everything this is more Parmesan than the damn chips. Not mad at them. For a chain mac and cheese, I'll give them a 6.5 out of 10. Do I have cheese on me? No? Okay, good. There's probably still cheese on me. Also have the fried shrimp. It looks like you get a pretty decent amount. Again, this comes with the meal. There's no extra add-on or anything like that. Cocktail sauce and lemon. Let's squeeze the lemon on there. This looks very Red Lobster, but Red Lobster would have charged you like $88 for the same meal. I actually think it costs about $26, $27 at Red Lobster for the sirloin of that size with the fried shrimp. So the fried shrimp, that is a fish fry. It's a bland-ass fish fry, but it is a fish fry. Again, relatively flavorless. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Cocktail sauce. That's comparable to like the captain's meal at Red Lobster. I like shrimp. Ultimate, just not mad at these. They also get a 6 out of 10. I would definitely eat them. To sit there and say they're elite is a lie, but they're cooked well. They're just not, they're bland. And then finally, I know people get mad, but I'm not gonna sit here and cut this. We have the sirloin, grill marks, and seasoning, medium rare. A little tough. It is seasoned. It is grilled. If you cut this up and did what you had to do with it, you're not supposed to eat it like I am, so the bite isn't gonna be as true. Definitely, again, good enough to eat. Value for $1 is a good price. To sit here and say it's elite would be a lie. Their steak is a little more seasoned than the other places, but the other places might have cooked it a little bit better. So it kind of evens out. It's a pretty average for a chain steak. I would give it a 7 out of 10, so it's okay. I'm not gonna sit here and say I love it again. Well, if I give something a 7 for what I'm paying for it, I'm more than happy to eat this. Just being real. Sometimes you don't want or need 5-star elite top of the heap meals. So that's where I'm not mad if this comes in. The Cajun chicken pasta, and it looks pretty damn good. $15.49. Blackened chicken breast, sauteed mushrooms, tomatoes, scallions, spicy Parmesan cream sauce, and fettuccine. And then it gives you some garlic bread with it. This looks way more seasoned than any of the pastas I've gotten from any of these chain restaurants. And the chicken looks blackened. It doesn't look like it has, it's got a tan, like it's been on the grill. All right, so here we go. It's very seasoned, but let me try the pasta by itself. This is pretty good. Like, ultimate, again, I'm not mad at this. Heavily seasoned, but their Parmesan cream sauce is a little salty. It's almost to the point where it's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's almost too heavy on something. The chicken is actually pretty good. I really do like the chicken. It's not dry, and they definitely use blackening spices and seared that off. If you mix the two, I think it's probably gonna be even better. Let me just get, this is for $15. It's I'd rather have this than the other pastas, I'll put it that way. Because it don't look like it catfished me. Let me get one more bite here. That's pretty good. Again, I said it 4 times. Definitely a Cajun seasoning blend on there. I just think they might have used too much for it because Cajun seasoning is really powerful. But I'd rather have them err on the side of seasoning my stuff too much, I guess. I just know my blood pressure will go up about 100 points if I finish this. But I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. I really like the chicken. A little too much on the Cajun in the pasta. But it's better than the bland stuff that they served you. And for $14, cool. Toasted garlic bread. Actual bread. Real garlic too. Nice and buttered. Yeah, I can eat this, man. 7.5 is fair. I just really, the price points to get me too. Let me just. Rocking. Yeah, 7.5 is fair. This is actually the most expensive burger that I saw on the menu, but the picture just looked crazy. So I got what's called their prime burger. It comes with fries, but it's melted white American cheese. It has prime rib on it. That's why I had to get this. Lord, look at this thing. But it has melted prime rib, roasted mushrooms, sauteed onions, and then it has these onion tangles which look like red onion actually, and a garlic lime crema which was on the nachos. Oh, shit. There's a lot going on in this burger, and I like every part of it. First of all, this bun, good bun. Bad bun, bad burger. The burger patty is seasoned, and it is tender as all hell. I think because the prime rib is sweating down on this bad boy. Man, hold up. It really has that prime rib au jus type of taste to it. This thing is messy as hell. Messy burgers are good. It's supposed to be messy. It's really tender. There is a ton of melted American cheese on there. That is an indulgent ass burger. We already got the fries. I asked for mayo on the side because it was an option. It doesn't need it. It doesn't need anything. What really stands out to me here so far is the burger and Tex-Mex nachos. I'll put this up against any of these chain burgers. This is really good, man. It's a mess, but messy burger. It's right up my alley. Oh man, oxy syrup. This is why my back is big. That right there. But I want to show you. I'm sorry for doing this. There is an au jus gravy on there. I knew I tasted something. Let me eat this from the back real quick. That's fantastic. I've done a lot of chain burgers. This and Texas Roadhouse are the ones that stick out the most to me. And believe it or not, the Applebee's quesadilla burger. I'm gonna give this a 9.3 out of 10 on a chain scale. I would come back just for this and the nachos and sit down and eat. And finally, we have made it to our dessert. Again, I paid $100 for all this food. That's good. For what things cost these days, that's good. So these are their pull and pop donuts. $7.99, you get a bunch of these donuts, and it comes with caramel and hot fudge dipping sauce, and what looks like, I'm guessing this is some sort of icing. I noticed y'all little TikTok kids gonna make so many jokes about this, but I'm eating it, okay? I be in my comment section too much, because I be knowing what y'all gonna say, but here's the dipping sauce. Go ahead. Yeah, bro, I made that myself. Go ahead. Yeah, bro, what kind of sauce is that? I know. That's what it is. It's like a Cinnabon icing. These are just like little fried balls of dough, which is kind of what a donut is. But with some hot fudge. Y'all gonna say so much about that first sauce. I already know. Ooh. This hot fudge is like thicky thick hot fudge. That hot fudge is fire. They don't even need the other one. Then we got some caramel. Also fire. The dipping sauces are really good. They're really rich and really thick. They coat the donuts really well. The donut is just a fried ball of dough, but it's fried well. Nice and airy. These are good. The star is this hot fudge. This is solid for $7.99. You can sign me up for this any day. No captions. You could sign me up for this any day. So that was the most I've ever had at Miller's Ale House, other than like a couple of drunken bites of like someone's food. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're comparing this to your Chili's, your Applebee's, and that genre, not the high-end chains, but the lower-end casual sit-down chains, this is just as good, if not better than some of them. Now, I know there's not as many of them as like an Applebee's or something like that, but their price point is really good for a lot of their stuff. It's under $10. They had another special that I wanted to get, but like I can't order or eat or give away that much food, but they had a prime rib special that was $19 with 2 sides and like a 16 ounce or 12, I was either 12 or 16 ounce prime rib. That's a really good deal. Other places usually charge around $30 for that, especially for like the fried shrimp and steak combo. So again, this is what the chain restaurants should be. This is the price point they should aim for and the type of food that I think they should serve. It's not crazy good, but some of the stuff is very good. But even Most of the stuff you saw was probably like the 6 or the 7 range. It was good, but it didn't cost a lot. So if I walked in there and spent like $25, I could get a good meal. All of the shareable appetizers were around $7, $10. I think the nachos were really good. So I would definitely come back here. And if I wanted a chain restaurant, they have a pretty decent crowd for most days when I drive past. This is a Sunday night, so it's a little bit slower than normal. But when I drive past here on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, it's usually pretty decently packed. But I think it's good. I think more people need to try it if you have one near you. Like I said, there's 113 locations. I didn't realize there were that many. And a lot of people swear by this place. I do think it's just as good, in some cases better than all those other chains. I don't know if you live near one, but you need to try Miller's Ale House. I'm impressed. I think it's good. But that's gonna be the end of the video, man. I got zoned out a little bit. That's gonna be the end of the video, man. I'm gonna go watch House of the Dragon that comes on in a little bit. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, so I've really been enjoying this season. There are some stuff that isn't really like my favorite. And people were asking about the movie reviews again. Because of like my schedule changes, and I haven't been able to go sit down at the movies. I did just see one I want to talk about for 1 second. I was arguing about this on stream with my boy Sam. We were streaming the other day. There's a movie that just came out, that well, just came out, but it's now streamable. Is my man just jogging? I think he's just jogging. I think he's just running. Like, I don't think he's running. Yeah, he is. He's running laps. Hey, man. I used to do shit like that. It's called In a Violent Nature. It's a horror film. It's a slasher film, but it is in the perspective of the killer. Like, most horror films follow the protagonist, which is usually a group of kids that end up doing something, or they're drinking and they're, you know, end up getting all picked off one by one. This one, for the most part, follows the killer, which is a really nice perspective. The movie is an hour and a half long. And I just want to tell you this, a lot of people will not like the movie because a lot of it, the pacing is incredibly slow. It's incredibly deliberate, and it's a lot of walking around. If the movie is an hour and a half long, there's got to be about 37 minutes that just mean there's no music, so he's just walking through the woods, man. And you be forgetting. And then it gets to something that you really want to see, and it's dope, and then it goes back to walking, but that's pretty much what it's supposed to be. I think some people will like that because it does create some sort of like methodical, slow build-up and tension, but other people will end up fast-forwarding through that. But if you're a slasher horror movie fan, I would definitely, it's worth a stream. I would wait until it's out on a streaming platform, but it's definitely worth trying to watch because it's a different perspective. But be forewarned that one thing. The kills and the gore are good. Really slow burns, in particular, without spoilers. There's, when I say the yoga scene, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you will. And there's another one specifically, which I won't go into, but more or less, if you ever watched Austin Powers back in the day when there was a guy with a steamroller and he was like 30 feet away from him and he's screaming no while the steamroller slowly plods towards him, that's what it felt like. Like, it was so like, they're really just gonna slowly, methodically, it was like, all right, man, can we, that's what it feels like. But I thought it was enjoyable. I would say you probably watch it once or twice and never watch it again. From what I heard, they are making a sequel, though, and I'm interested to see if they could fix some of the pacing issues and kind of condense that, but still show the same thing. But I thought it was interesting. It's worth a shot. I'm going to buy some of these on streaming platform because I can watch them late at night. I can't go to the movies at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's the plan. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.